Okay, welcome back, Dr. Sutton. I hope you had a good, short little break. Now I see you have a cup of something, I guess, something warm for your stomach, as the Caribbean parents would say. Is that what you're doing?
Well,
Something warm?
since I'm in the Caribbean, it's something cold.
That is true. That is true. I'm forgetting in Oklahoma it's cold right now. So
Yeah,
I would want something warm, and you're in the Caribbean, so you need something
yeah.
warm. Okay.
I cold. Yes. So where are we? We
Yes.
left with the last thing you said
Hmm. You mean you? The last thing you said
was,
was you jumped to when you met your second wife.
what was the reason for me to say that? I must have said something
Well, I'm
before.
not going to tell you the reason, but I'm going to say since you started the second wife conversation, let's start the story. Where were you when you met your second wife?
Okay. I was in Trinidad doing internship. This was in San Fernando. I did internship first 6 months at the San Fernando General Hospital,
Mm-hmm.
and that was deliberate. And the second 6 months at the Port of Spain General Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the reason for that was that I wanted to bring my children down to Trinidad.
Mm-hmm.
One, to see San Fernando because of the song, you
Yeah.
know.
Yes, I went down San Fernando.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I wanted them to Spain, which was the um, capital.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I went to Trinidad.
Okay.
So in San Fernando, there, I'm okay. You want to know how I met Mavis?
Yes.
Mavis worked as a maid at the San Fernando General Hospital.
Okay.
The maids ate in their own dining room. The doctors ate in the doctor's dining room. They didn't mix.
Mm.
But one day when I was in the dining room, I saw her and my eyes caught her. And I said, wow, that's a really nice woman. And another day, I saw her again with all her friends, the maids,
Mm-hmm.
eating lunch, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I went up to her and I whispered in her ear, I said, I want you to visit me in my doctor's room. And she looked at me and she says, no, I won't. And I said, you will. She said, you're an arrogant bastard. And I said, no, I'm not. I'm just telling you what I want. And she didn't come. And I saw another day, again with her kitchen friends or whatever household friends. I went up and I whispered in her ear. I said, I want you to visit me at my quarters. I said, if you don't, I'm going to kiss you. She said, what? And of course, that startled everybody around the table because she was shocked to hear that, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Looked around and she didn't come.
Mm-hmm.
Another day, again, she was eating lunch. I went and I whispered in her ear. I said, now is the opportunity I have to kiss you in front of all these. No, 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 no. And they're looking on curiously, and I just left. I didn't say another word. I thought that she wasn't going to come.
Mhm.
So I had met this immigration lady when I entered Trinidad, who I used to have a relationship with, actually. She used to come and visit me at my quarters.
Mhm.
And this evening, she had come to visit, and we sat on my bed and we were talking, and we were just talking. And while we were talking, there was a knock on the door. The minute I heard the knock, I knew who it was. I decided that I ain't opening the door because I did not want to be caught with another woman.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't open the door. And this other girl, Ancella, said to me, "Come on, open the door. She's not, she's not going to stop knocking." I said, "How do you know it's a she?" She says, "Only a woman would be doing that." I said, "Sorry, I ain't opening the
That
door."
is funny. That is funny.
So, so she decided, okay, I'm going to open the door. So she get up to open the door. I said, "No, no, 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 you can't do that." So I went and I opened the door while Ancilla went and sat back on the bed. So I opened the door and there was Mavis. So I opened the door wide enough so that Mavis could see Ancilla. And I said to Ancilla, "Well, Ancilla, my guest has arrived. So I'm sorry you have to leave." Ancilla looked at me in shock because Ancilla used to come and we used to have our little thing going, you know. So for me to tell her now that there's another woman who is superseding her
Yep.
was a shock to her.
Yep.
Didn't even know what to do. She just got up
And
and
then,
quietly left.
wow.
And that's how Mavis and I began. So that night, I discovered, we discussed things. I told her I was married. She knew that. And she told me she was married. And she told me her husband was a fireman. She also told me she hardly sees him because he has all kinds of women and he doesn't sleep home most nights. And sometimes he doesn't even eat home. And so I said to her, "Well, you should leave him." She says, "Leave him for what? He doesn't bother me, so what I'm going to leave him for?" I discovered that his birthday was the 6th of October.
What?
Yes. And
Oh,
my wife, Eloise, was the same month as Mavis, May. Mavis was the 31st of May, Eloise was the 11th of May.
interesting. Wow. This is not just coincidence. Mm-mm-mm. There's a meaning behind this.
And call it what you will, but that's what it is.
Okay. So after that night, how did that relationship progress?
Well, I realized that this was a woman who I truly liked, but
So,
I more than liked because I had an emotional response to her
mhm,
and was a woman who I really wanted to be close to.
mhm.
But that night, she tried to tell me that there could not be a relationship because she's already married and, she's not into this divorce thing. Although I said there's a thing called divorce.
Was she a Christian?
Uh, I did not know that because I don't really discuss religion with the women I go out with and the ones who are religious. Like, Dawn is very religious, but we don't discuss religion. But I do go to church with her
Mhm.
because I know she would want me to,
Mhm.
but she never asks me to.
It's the right thing to do.
Because if I'm with her, I want her friends to know that I care about her religion as well.
That's good.
But yeah, I don't sing hymns. And when they're having their services, when people stand up, I don't stand up. I remain seated. I just go. I take no part in the service.
That is sad, but I'm glad you go still. So I give you thumbs up for going. Maybe one of these days you might have a change of heart. So let's go back to Trinidad.
Okay.
By the way, by
Having
the
said
way, by the way, Trinidad is one of my favorite places.
places, yes. So it's mine too. Um, I was going to tell you something and it slipped me. Oh yeah, I used to be fanatically religious. I used to teach Sunday school
Where?
in St. Kitts, Regular Methodist Church,
For how many years?
for the number of years that I was in St. Kitts.
That's interesting.
I, I lived there. Yeah,
You were a Sunday school teacher.
that's correct.
Were you a good Sunday school teacher?
No, excellent.
I like that. I like that.
I was an excellent Sunday school teacher because I believe in reality. And a lot of the Bible people take literally when it's not meant to be.
Okay. Well, let's save the Bible conversation for another session.
But we're not going to discuss the Bible at any time because let me tell you,
I
don't,
don't I don't mind discussing the Bible with you, but not tonight. Let's go back to
no, we're not going to
Trinidad.
discuss the Bible at any time.
Okay, let's go back to Trinidad where you met Mavis, because I want to hear this love story. It sounds like you fell in love with her from the very first day you met her.
No, from the very first day I saw her.
You saw her, yes. Very first day you saw her, you fell in love with her.
Yeah.
Okay. So how did you get her to go out on a date with you?
Well, I discovered by asking the people who she worked with if they knew. Well, I admitted to them that I was attracted to her. That's the first thing. I said, I like that friend of yours, you know. And then I'll say, when is her birthday? And they will tell me. And just to double check, I would ask all of them about her birthday, and they will tell me. And luckily for me, her birthday was not even a month away from the time when I was asking.
Mm-hmm.
And so I bought her flowers for her birthday and a birthday cake,
And her birthday was the 11th of May.
11th of May.
And
No,
you ended up with Eloise.
no, the 31st of May. Eloise was the 11th of May.
Okay, but you ended up with Eloise by giving her a birthday gift that someone asked you to give her. That's how you and Eloise started, by this person begging you to give her the birthday gift.
Well, it was a gift. It wasn't a birthday gift. It was a parcel since I was going down from Canada to Jamaica.
Oh, okay. It wasn't a birthday gift.
No,
Okay, I thought it was a birthday gift. Sorry.
no, a
Okay.
parcel it was.
Okay.
No. Yeah. So where do we continue now?
It was her birthday,
Mm-hmm.
Mavis' birthday.
Yes. So what I did was I told her that I was going to take her to dinner
Mm-hmm.
for her birthday. But what I did was I sent her a birthday cake, happy birthday written on it, to Mavis, but not from anybody,
Mm-hmm.
and flowers
Mm-hmm.
in a beautiful vase, which I selected.
Wow. How did
And
you
when
find time? How did you find time to do that?
people find time to do the things they want to do, always.
That's how I always believe. I always believe that.
That's a fact.
Yep.
Anyway, I sent her these flowers. The florist delivered them, and the florist delivered the cake because I gave the florist sorry, the instructions where to pick up the cake because I paid for the cake in advance, and the cake and the flowers were delivered together.
Mm-hmm. One
And
pack.
all her friends wanted to know where you get cake. Hey, you got some lover, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them suspected it was me.
So you're saying they were delivered on her job at the hospital?
Correct.
Wow, you made a scene then. That was
I made a statement. I wanted her to know how serious I was.
yes.
Because remember, she was married.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want her to think I just wanted to get into her pants because she had a gorgeous body.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of women think that, oh, yeah, he only wants to get me to bed.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want that. So we never discussed that. We never ever discussed it. It just happened when it happened.
So tell me about your first date.
It was her birthday, and I took her to the Sheraton in Port of Spain, which is about 4 hour drive or 3 hour drive or something, so long distance.
Mhm.
And, she got all the bells and whistles, and she enjoyed it. She
Mhm.
thoroughly enjoyed it
Mhm.
because I think I gave her a dress as well. And she was astonished that I knew her size. The same thing with Dawn. I bought Dawn a birthday dress, and it fitted her
Perfectly.
perfectly. And she wanted to know, how did you know my size? I can look at women and tell exactly what dress to
That's
buy.
nice. Wow. You pay attention.
Oh, forever. Because I used to buy for my mother, I used to buy for my sisters,
Mm-hmm.
buy for my aunts, clothes.
Mm-hmm.
So I can look at people and tell what size they are,
Mm-hmm.
size clothes they are. Yeah. So I gave her that. We had a beautiful time at the Sheraton. I had this old car, secondhand car that I had bought. It was a Renault,
Mm-hmm.
and it conked out on the way home. And while we were there flagging down people, she said to me, suppose my husband passed and you flag him down. Because her husband, who was a fireman, used to work as a taximan at night.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
And the guy who stopped recognized her and stopped, was her next door neighbor.
Wow.
So he stopped, he picked us up.
So that was a good thing or a bad thing?
I
That it
didn't I
that it
didn't
was
think I didn't think of it was either good or bad.
okay. Because knowing that the next door neighbor means the husband is going to find out.
Well, the husband is hardly at home, so it doesn't it's neither here nor there.
Okay.
Anyway, so he then wanted to drop me home first because he lives in the next house to her. So I said to him, no, I took the lady out. I have to see her home safely before I go home.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to drive her home first. And if you wish to take me home after that, I would certainly appreciate it. But if you don't, I understand. I'll just walk it home. And so we took her home, and he decided to drive me home.
Mm. And that was your first date.
That was the first date.
That's an interesting
And
first date.
I think she realized that I was not the type of person who would fool around with her,
Mm-hmm.
because I have never asked her for sex. It just happened. It
Mm-hmm.
certainly didn't happen on that night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't think it happened for several times, actually.
Mhm.
So I guess she got a little curious, and one day, during the day, she snuck away. She knew I was not working that day. You know, she could tell because she would know which doctors are on duty.
Mhm.
I wasn't working that day. So she slipped away and came to my room. And that's the first time we had sex. Yeah,
So you fell in love. You're a medical doctor and you fell in love with a maid at the hospital.
that's correct.
And your first wife was a nurse.
Yes.
Isn't that interesting?
And when my first wife came down with my children, I had told her about Mavis. She wanted to meet her.
Go tell me about the first time you told your wife about Mavis.
Well, I got home and I said, well, I saw the woman. Well, I saw Mavis. I didn't speak to her at the time. I
Mhm.
just, and I went home and I said, oh, I've seen the woman I'm going to marry. And she said, I would love to meet the whore. And I said, but you don't have to be nasty about it, you know. But when I speak with her, I will tell her you want to meet her. And she cackled and she laughed. She said, so you haven't spoken to this woman, Sutton? I said, I told you, I have seen the woman. I didn't say I spoke to the woman. I said, I've seen the woman. So when I see her next, I'm going to go up to her and I am going to tell her that you would like to meet her. So when Mavis finally came to my room that same night, I said to her, I told my wife about you. She said, you did what? I said, I told my wife. What could you tell her about me? I said, told her I've seen the woman I'm going to marry. She says, marry? She said, I'm not going to marry you. I'm married already. And I looked at her and I said, never say never.
You are an interesting character. You told your wife you met the woman you're going to marry before you even had a conversation with the other woman.
That's right.
Okay. That doesn't sound like a normal thing to do.
It's normal for me because anything I see that I want, I go after it and I don't give up until I get it. Anything I see that I want, I will get it. I remember I saw this gorgeous necklace that I wanted for Eloise. No, it wasn't for Eloise, it was for Mavis.
Mhm.
And I bought it. I could not afford to leave it in the store.
Mhm.
So I decided I would keep it in my car because Mavis had her own car, I had my own car, and we never drove each other's cars.
Mhm.
So I bought the necklace for her, and it was a gold necklace, and I put it under my car seat, under the mat, the rear mat. Okay. And I go in the house and I go upstairs, and next thing, Mavis appears. She held the necklace up and she says, which woman you bought this for? And I said, you really want to know? She says, yes. Which woman is this for? I find it under your car seat. I said, so you're searching my car. So that told me that every time I come home, this woman is searching my car to see if I'm going on with another woman. Because I guess from her experience, her husband used to do that. You see?
Mhm.
Her husband used to buy gifts for women,
Yeah.
put them under his car seat. So she would,
Wow.
could you imagine that? So she got dressed and I took her to the store, took the necklace. I went to the lady who I bought it from and I said to her, do you remember me? She says, yes. I said, are you sure? She says, yes. I said, how do you know me? She said, well, you just came in here this morning and you bought a necklace. And I took the necklace and said, is this the one? She said, yeah, that one. I said, and I told you I bought it for my girlfriend, right? She said, no. I said, well, who did I tell you I bought it for? I think you told me that you bought it for your wife. I said, well, this is my girlfriend here. And my wife, she said, no, I am his wife.
That must have been embarrassing for her
Well,
because she didn't believe.
she did tell me I embarrassed her.
Yes.
Well, if you are accusing me
Mm-hmm.
incorrectly of having another woman when I am not,
Mm-hmm. You're gonna prove to her.
I need you to be satisfied that I'm
Yeah.
telling the
So
truth.
you did whatever was possible to make her see that you were being faithful to her.
Well, I did what I knew could substantiate the facts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
That,
before you jump to this necklace story, you didn't tell me how you ended up marrying her.
oh, Mavis,
Yes. How did you propose to her?
I never proposed.
Or did you ever propose?
No, I never proposed to any of them.
Because you told her she's gonna be your wife.
Yeah,
That's like that.
yes.
And
And when I left Trinidad and I went to St. Kitts, I don't, I'm a terrible correspondent. I think you know that. I don't write letters.
wait, you didn't write her letters?
Nope.
What?
So she wants to hear from me because she doesn't know where to write to me
Mm-hmm.
as I left. Understand?
So you left Trinidad after you finished your internship, that's what you call it?
That's correct.
And then you returned to St. Kitts
Mm-hmm.
to work. And you
Yeah.
didn't write her any letters.
No. So one day I'm in my office and my secretary came in and she said to me, there's a lady out here to see you. Um, can I bring her in? I said, sure. So the door opened and there was Mavis.
You have a pattern.
So I was shocked. I said, what are you doing here? She says, well, I have relatives here. So I came to visit one of my cousins.
Interesting. Was
I,
that the truth?
huh?
Was that the truth?
But she did have cousins, yes. And she
Okay.
was staying with one of them.
Okay.
But Melmac, I had my wife and kids. Okay. So I said to her, well, we're going out for dinner tonight. She says, so what are you going to do with your wife and kids? I said, well, I'm going to tell my wife that I'm taking us to dinner. I said, I don't have to tell my kids, but I'll tell my wife that I'm taking you to dinner. She said, okay.
In St. Kitts.
I said, kids.
Do you remember where you went on your date in St. Kitts?
OTI.
Sorry, what did you say?
OTI.
OTI. In those days, OTI was top notch. Top
Yeah.
notch.
Yeah. I took her to OTI.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah.
And when you went home, what happened?
Nothing. What could happen?
I don't know. You could have gotten licks.
Look, I don't believe that men should hit women. And I also believe that women should not hit men.
Okay. That's fair.
And I usually make it very clear to everyone that I live with
Mm-hmm.
that if you hit me, it's a sign of disrespect.
I
If
agree.
I hit you, it's a sign of disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
And if I hit you, if it's not in play, you should flatten me. because I should not be hitting them.
That's true.
No man has the right to hit any woman.
I definitely agree with you.
No woman has the right to hit any man either.
That's right. I agree with that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that when you're in a relationship, there should be total respect.
Mm-hmm. I like to say that I believe that respect is more important than love. If you have all the love in the world and you have no respect, you don't have anything to fall on. Respect is very important to make a relationship last.
Love is not important for a relationship.
Well, it makes it smoother and more exciting.
Not necessarily.
Hmm. You know what? I think we can have a good discussion on love, but not tonight. We're gonna put love and religion for topics all by themselves. So let's go back to the relationship with Mavis. How did you transition from being married in a relationship where you know you felt love, but it was a sexless relationship where you were taking care of your kids, to now knowing that you have the woman that you fell in love with, probably wanted to marry her before you even spoke to her? How did that transition happen?
It happened very easily because she fell in love with me and I was in love with her. Mavis and I never ever had 1 minute or second of an argument ever.
What?
Never.
Okay.
Mavis knew that I was not religious. And I did not know that Mavis read the Bible every day until she died.
She prayed for you every day.
I don't know, but I know she read the Bible. Because after she died, when I was making up the bed, there was a Bible open underneath her pillow.
Are you saying that you had never made up the bed at all?
That's correct. Up now, I don't make up beds. I don't make up a bed. I don't do it.
Okay, we're gonna leave the bed conversation for another time too. That's another discussion. So let's go back to Mavis. Your marriage, what was that like?
It was a marriage built in heaven.
Wow, that's beautiful.
It was a fantastic relationship. I could not have wanted a better mate.
Is that why you named your medical facility after her?
Correct. Everything for me, she deserved.
Hmm.
I would never have come to Antigua if it wasn't for Mavis.
But I thought you said you met her in Trinidad.
That's correct.
So how does Antigua and
Because she was born in Antigua,
oh, I see.
but she spent most of her life in Trinidad because her mother left her father and left her with her father and went to Trinidad. She
Mm.
went 11 or 12 years old when the mother heard that somebody else adopted her, some other couple adopted her, that
Mhm.
she came up and said, no, no, I want my picnic, and
Mm.
took her to Trinidad. She was 5 years old at the time.
That's young.
Yeah. No, no, she was more than five. She was about 9 or 10, somewhere around there.
Okay, okay,
Because the mother left her when she was 5.
okay. Did you meet her family?
Yes,
Did
all
you
of them.
did you meet her ex-husband or her
Oh,
husband?
oh yeah, we went out to dinner together. Yeah.
Okay, wait. What did you just say?
Mavis and I.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's put it this way. Eloise and I and my children
Mm-hmm.
went to dinner with Mavis and her husband.
Can you please explain the circumstances surrounding that double date?
Okay. I told you that when I went home and told Eloise
Mm-hmm.
that I saw the woman that I'm going to marry,
Mm-hmm.
she would like to meet the whore. And when I told her she shouldn't be nasty about it, I went and I told Mavis that my wife would like to meet her. And I said to her, you don't have to meet her because she could be nasty. Mavis thought briefly and she looked at me and she said, I will meet her. I said, okay, you set up everything and let me know where you want to have dinner, how we are going to get there. If you need me to take you there, I would, but arrange it. So she arranged it. And then she told me where, and she says, you don't have to pick me up because my husband is coming with me.
This that was a real soap opera story there.
I said, fine. So she chose the restaurant, which was in a hotel somewhere in Trinidad. Beautiful place, expensive. And we had a wonderful time. Mavis sat next to Eloise. I sat next to Eloise's husband, and the children were split between us.
Okay, did her husband know the reason for the meeting?
I never asked, so
Oh,
I,
this is so funny. This is so funny.
it was not important for me to know that.
Okay, did he ever meet you other than that situation? That date? Double
Ye-
date?
Yes,
Okay.
he met me again when I was visiting Mavis. She was cooking. She wanted to cook for me. And so I went with her, and I was sitting in a chair next to the door between the kitchen and the dining room.
Mm-hmm.
And the chair was really in the kitchen, but next to the door. And he came in through the kitchen door,
Mm-hmm.
and she introduced me to him. And he said, nice meeting you. Went in, dressed, walked back out, and said again, it was nice seeing you, and left. And Mavis turned to me. She said, what did I tell you? I said, you told me that he doesn't stay at home, that he comes, he dresses, and he leaves.
Oh, so she was right.
So she was right. She just wanted me to experience it.
Yes.
Because you see, she thought since I did not ply her with questions about it, that I didn't believe her.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people lie about,
Yes.
the, the husbands, they're having this.
Yeah,
Op-
but women, I'm gonna be biased. Women don't normally lie about those situations. Men are the one who lie. I'm being biased now.
I don't know. I know I
Okay.
don't know about it.
Okay. So let me go back to that double date then. That
Yeah.
double date. Did you
Yeah.
and him speak and have conversations?
Oh, yes, I was sitting next to him.
What did
So
y'all talk about?
I can't even remember. It's such a long time ago. But we just spoke about whatever came up.
So it was comfortable?
Oh, very comfortable. At
Yeah,
least comfortable. He looked comfortable. I know Mavis was comfortable. I know Eloise was comfortable. Yeah.
everybody was comfortable.
Well, Mavis knew about Eloise. Eloise knew about Mavis. I don't think he knew about the relationship between Mavis and me.
What about the kids? Did they ever find out?
Of course.
How many children Mavis had?
One.
One child.
Yes.
How old was that son when y'all had that double mating?
He was not born then.
Oh, okay. So it's just you alone had two kids when you all had that double meeting.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Well, 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 well. That's interesting.
Mavis's only child was my child, or is my child. That's Kevon.
Okay, okay.
And that's the only child she had.
And he was born in Trinidad or
He was born in Trinidad. I wanted him to be born in Trinidad
why?
for more than one citizenship.
Okay.
So he has a Canadian passport. He lives in Canada now. He has a St. Kitts passport. He has an Antigua passport, and he has a Trinidad passport.
Wait, how I didn't know you can have so many passports.
You can have as many passports as you want, provided you can prove that you are a national of that country.
Hmm. Okay.
And he's a national of Trinidad because he was born there,
Mm-hmm.
national of Canada because he's my son. And he's down as my son.
Yeah. Okay.
He's a national of Antigua because his mother was born here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so has he ever lived in Antigua?
No, he's come and visited
Okay.
many times.
Hmm. How did your kids by your first wife feel about you marrying Mavis?
I don't think they feel anyway because my first wife and I were separated for years before I got married to Mavis.
Okay, so you all met, had a relationship, but you didn't marry her until years after?
Remember, I told you that I told my wife
Mm-hmm.
that I would not divorce her
Until your daughter was 17 years old.
18 years old. So I couldn't marry in between there to my
Oh, and did Mavis know that you were going to stay with your wife until your daughter was 17 years old?
I told her.
And she stuck with you all through those years.
Yeah, she
She
believed
she
so.
believed you.
Yeah, she believed me. She knew I wouldn't lie to her.
Mm-hmm.
See, I wouldn't lie to anybody about anything.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I say something, it's what I say.
So are you saying you've never lied to Mavis?
Yes, I've never lied to Mavis. I've never lied to Dawn.
You
Never lied to Louise.
you were always honest.
If I don't, if it's something which I don't want to admit to, I
Mm-hmm.
don't respond to it.
Okay.
I say nothing.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie about anything.
So you still follow a lot of the biblical principles. That's very amazing. You follow the biblical principles. Well,
Although I don't, although I am not a biblical person.
as I said, we're gonna leave that one of these days we will have that biblical discussion because I can't wait for that discussion, but that's not for tonight. So the marriage, you ended up marrying somebody you not only loved but admired. And what happened? Unfortunately, she passed on before you. How did
Both both my wives passed on before me.
how did you cope with that? Being a medical doctor, didn't you feel like you failed them because they passed away? As a doctor, you should have stopped them from dying.
No, I couldn't stop Mavis from dying.
Did she get the best medical care possible?
Yes.
What was that like for you watching her?
She did not want me to see her die. I was by her bedhead when she died here in Antigua. She was I was at her bedhead. I was stroking her hair,
Mhm.
kept saying to me, go and sit down and rest,
Mm,
because I didn't want her to die and I wasn't next to her.
yes.
And she says, come on, go and sit down. Go and sit down. She kept saying it over and over. And I said to myself, you know, she wants me to sit down. So I went and I sat in the chair and I kept looking at her. And she would close her eyes, then she'd open them and look at me, then she'll close them again.
Mm.
And then I fell asleep. I fell asleep for 10 minutes. And when I opened my eyes again, her eyes were closed. I went next to her and she was already dead. She had gone. During the time
You fell
that
asleep.
I fell asleep and woke up, and it was only 10 minutes.
Mm.
She did not want me to see her die.
I know.
Kevin came down, our son,
Mm-hmm.
and she told him, I do not want you to see me die, so I want you to leave and go back to Canada. And he left. But
She
he came back for the funeral, and she told him, I do not want you to come back for the funeral. But he came back, and I agree with him.
Yes, he did the right thing.
He did the right thing. Yeah.
So you had to plan your wife's funeral.
Yes.
What was that like for you?
Something I had to do. The things that I have to do, I don't think about. I just do it.
Mhm.
But I had help. Her niece um, helped a lot. Not only her niece, but her brother. She has three brothers. Well, one of them just died this week, actually. Her twin brother died this week. I got that from Dawn. Dawn told me about it.
Mhm.
Uh, anyway, she. What was the question again?
How did you cope with your loss of your wife and the funeral, planning for her funeral?
Oh, planning for funeral. Well, the I got lots of help with that because her niece, one of them, Karen, looked after the funeral arrangements. The hearse, her brother looked after, her eldest brother. I didn't do anything. All I did was to show up.
That's good. She had a good support system and you had people to help support you.
She was loved by all her family. And as far as I know, everyone who I knew who knew her loved her.
Wow. You found a jewel.
Yeah, I did. I was very fortunate.
Yeah. I'm glad you finally got what you deserve because remember the first one you said you let her go because
Yeah, she was not meant for me. No, not that one.
what was grieving like for you after the loss of your wife, the love of your life?
I did not cry
You did not cry.
until about 6 months later.
Oh, okay. So finally the storm door fell open.
Yeah, 6 months later. And I don't like to think about her a lot
Mhm.
because it's kind of sad.
Yes.
Kind
I-
of sad.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Well, that's the way life is, dear.
Mhm. But I'm
Oh,
glad you have those memories,
oh, they're wonderful
and
memories.
there's nothing anybody can do to take away those wonderful memories you've had of her. You have of
Wonderful. Yeah, she was the joy of my life.
what do you miss most about her?
Just her presence.
Her presence was that pleasant.
Oh, all the time.
Man, did she have to try to be pleasant, or was it just naturally her nature?
Everybody loved her. That answers that question.
So she was beautiful both inside and out.
Oh, definitely. No question. And she never ever thought she was beautiful,
Really?
really.
She was humble.
Uh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
This is beautiful. I hope you realize that this discussion about the love of your life wasn't planned for tonight.
But it's done already.
I know. I had a list of questions about politics. Tonight was just to speak about politics. And you opened the floodgates and you opened the door for, and I abandoned all the questions I had. I had a list of questions and I just abandoned my questions and
Well, you
followed.
can have another
No,
time.
no, I followed your trend of talking. So based on what you said, whichever door you opened, I followed. I went through that door with you.
Well, you can ask the question again at another time.
Yes, definitely. This was truly, truly amazing. Honestly, I'm speechless, but I'm also happy that you felt comfortable enough to share those wonderful, loving stories with me tonight.
Well, my pleasure.
And not just with me, because they're going to be shared with the world.
That's fine.
And they're going to be documented in your book that you gave me permission to write about you.
That's okay.
So before we wrap up, do you have any final word? I've carried you from all sorts of emotions, almost to the point of tears when you're reflecting on the loss of your wife.
You, well, you could see tears from where you are.
No, no, I felt it. I felt
Oh,
it. I felt the connection. So I tried to make sure I didn't carry you too far. I didn't want to make you cry on camera.
okay, that's good.
So yes, that's wonderful. Wonderful story. Beautiful. It's a beautiful love story. And your life is so remarkable. I just can't imagine how proud your son Kevin is to have a dad like you.
He's a very lovely person. He's really a nice young man.
That's good. You deserve to have. So why didn't you give him your name?
Because I didn't name him.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Is there anything else Dawn wants you to say? Or did she know all of these stories? Did Dawn know all of these stories here tonight?
I'm sure she does.
Okay. So
I
nothing,
don't hide anything from Dawn, you know.
nothing shocked her.
Well, she wasn't listening. So I don't think there was anything there to shock her.
Okay, good. Anything get a shocker. Good, 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 good. Well, did you want more kids?
No,
Really?
I didn't want any kids, period.
Oh,
But
oh my.
I ended up
Okay.
with,
That's a bold statement.
I ended up with 3. So I'm more than happy.
With 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you had a drink.
What did Dawn say?
No, I'm drinking, and she took up my mug thinking that she'd get me a drink.
Oh.
I had stuff in the cup that I was
Mm-hmm.
drinking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's why she laughed.
Oh, okay. So by the way, was Mavis health conscious like you?
I'm not health conscious. Who gave you that idea?
In many areas, you are health conscious. How did you remain your figure, keeping your figure, if you weren't health conscious?
Keep my figure?
Yes.
Well,
Not just ladies who have figures, men have figures too.
I have to run around the house behind Dawn.
Hold on.
I can't catch her yet.
I like that. That's good. That's good.
I'm
That's
just
Dance
I'm
around the
just
house.
joking. But I haven't told you, but Dawn and I we have taken up a class of dance. We are dancing together,
Ballroom dance.
doing some ballroom dancing.
Oh, so are you the teacher of the class? Or you attending a class with someone else?
I'm the student.
You are the student, but you're a professional dancer already.
Well, it's a strange kind of relationship. I've never, sorry, been taught dancing before.
Other than when you taught yourself from the book.
That's correct.
Wow. So have you learned anything new that you did not know before?
Yes. Believe it or not, yeah.
After dancing all these years?
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. That's good. So whose idea was it to take a balloon dancing?
I think it was Dawn's.
That's Karen. Remember Karen invited.
Oh, Karen, Mavis's niece, told us about it.
Oh, wow. That's good.
And Dawn thought it was a good idea.
So dancing. Can you swim?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know you were able to swim when you were younger. So you could still swim.
Well, once you learn to swim, you swim.
Oh, okay. Well,
Even a kid who has never swum, if you dump him in the sea, he'll swim.
I disagree with that.
You may, but that's true.
Nope. I would not buy
They
that.
will, they will paddle their way. I can tell you that. I've seen it with my kids.
Oh, that's what you
Oh,
traumatize your kids?
you throw them in the pool and they paddle.
I know of people who are traumatized from that and would never go back in the water because parents use that method. I don't like that method.
I don't think it's a good method. I didn't say it was a good method, but
It's an awful method. Is that how you learn to swim?
yeah.
Okay, okay.
But my brother sounds swim.
And Dawn is just saying that's how her brothers learn to swim.
And that's why I cannot swim.
You see, you either I could remember I thought I was going to drown once because of that situation. Not I was thrown in, I went over my depth. And all of a sudden, I couldn't touch the bottom of the sea.
Mm.
And my older brother, one of my father's children before he met my mother, he was there and he looked around and he didn't see me, and then he realized he saw me, underneath the water, and he pulled me up.
Okay.
That was the first time.
First time, yes, yes,
And
yes.
then it happened the second time. I can't remember exactly who rescued me the second time.
That was my experience too.
Yeah. And then after that, I learned to doggy paddle.
Okay.
And I swim breaststroke. I don't do overhand thing.
Well, I attended beginner swimming lessons twice with my son. He graduated from beginners and went to intermediate and the next level, and I remained in beginners twice. I cannot get out of beginners.
Yeah. But I sent all my children to learn to swim.
Well,
In
now,
Canada, because you just send them to a class and
yes.
they swim in a swimming pool.
I think kids can learn to swim easier than an old adult like me who doesn't know how to swim.
Yeah, because you know what fear is.
Yes, yes. And I know my very first best friend from small days drowned at the bay in Trafalgar. So
Wow.
then I cannot forget that. But
No.
anyhow, it's not about me. Let's move back on to you. Before we conclude, what are your final words of advice for about love since you lived, made sacrifices for love, experienced it, and you're a professional? What advice would you give for people about love and relationships?
I don't recall telling you I was a professional lover. Where did you get that from?
Well, you made lots of sacrifices and you said anything you want, you go after. So I think based on what that theme that you've had, whatever you want to go after, you don't wait for things to happen to you. You work towards getting what you want. So,
Well, love is a feeling, I'm just talking from my experience, that I think people have for someone else. And the feeling comes, and there's nothing you can do about it. Whether or not the love is expressed depends on your circumstance at the time. It doesn't mean because you love someone that you have to woo that person. If you're both single, that's fine. But if one is married, I should respect the relationship. And I think that someone should, interfere in that way with someone who is really or committed to someone else. Now, it is true, though, that some people get married and the marriage goes sour. And either one or the other don't care much about the other. But one would have to be, or should, not necessarily would have to be, but should recognize the difference. And if that opportunity arises, then I think it's okay to approach and seek a love relationship.
Yeah.
Now, most people think because you love someone that the other person will love you back. That doesn't happen very often. I'm very fortunate that, I have a situation where I think I'm loved back. At least I see by action that there's a lot of love there for me. And I'm hoping that I do indicate that I do love with the same intensity. Because I don't think that when you love someone, you should compromise that relationship by fooling around with another attraction. And there can be lots of attractions.
Yeah.
I can't tell you I have not been attracted to other women. Yes. But I should not
Feed them. You should not give attention to them. Because
follow through on the feeling.
yes, because yes.
I do that, it's going to hurt
Correct.
who I have as a mate.
That's right. Because I firmly believe that anything you pay attention to will grow, but if you don't give it attention, it will die.
Exactly.
So
that's one of the reasons why I won't go anywhere unless Dawn goes or she knows where I'm going. If I have to go alone.
That's good.
I'm not going to be fooling around with any other woman. And the day that I fall out of love with Dawn, she will know because I will tell her.
Well, it's not going to happen. There's no day. It's not going to happen.
I don't see it happening.
Because I can tell that she loves you and she cares a lot for you and she will do whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So she taught you how to use Zoom.
No, she hasn't taught me how to use Zoom. She uses the Zoom. I just participate.
Because for months you've like, no, I cannot use Zoom. I don't know how to use Zoom.
I still have to use Zoom.
And now here we are again on Zoom, and so I am.
For me.
No, you're gonna set the next one.
No, she sets it up for me. It's on her phone, you see.
Yes. Okay. Well, Dr. Sutton, you said to me that I've lived a very interesting life. That might be the understatement of the century.
You're joking.
Looking back on these epic struggles, political, personal, and philosophical, what is one thread that connects it all? What is the uh-oh, did we lose you? Well, Dr. Sutton, thanks for letting me know you're having a little technical difficulties, but this was about the time to wrap up. So Thank you for the time you spent with me tonight, and most of all, for your breathtaking courage in speaking this unforgiving truth. Your story is a testament to the fact that one disciplined, principled individual can indeed shake the world. Thank you very much for spending the time and sharing your story with me.